Good afternoon. Welcome to BlackJack Sports. My name is Jack Skirky, alongside with your host, Blake Blumberger. It is Thursday after 3 o'clock p.m., and we got a lot to get caught up with today, including the coaching carousel involving with the college football season and the top 4 college football playoff as well and throughout in the rest of your sports week. So let's begin with the coaching carousel of what happened over in the past week. Is that what it began that the first coach that was hired was Chip Kelly, who was pursuing to go to Florida as the next head coach, but was undecided because he chose UCLA because of the recruiting over there out west, and the reason why he turned down Florida was because he just thought that he didn't really would go well. And Florida offered Chip Kelly, and they really didn't. He thought he would really enjoy the vibe there on that campus. He didn't really. He decided to go to UCLA, so he is now the next coach at UCLA. And for Tennessee, they hired Greg Schiano on Sunday, but the school was backed off because of
social media, baby.
Because of what happened there, with all the stuff that's going on over there, and some investigation over there, or something like that, involving with the fans' protests, involving with that campus. I'm hearing a lot of terrible news in that campus of Knoxville, and that's.
Well, who are they going to hire?
And also the hire for next Florida's head coach, Dan Mullen, who had previously coached on the Florida coaching staff with Urban Meyer, and that's where we are for the coaching carousel. What is your take on what we've seen so far from this, and what we've seen for this college football season so far, involving with the coaching, involving some changes for this season?
Well, let me tell you this, Jack. I want to know who you think Tennessee is going to hire. They've been the biggest dumpster fire and whirlwind on who their coach is, who we hired somebody, and then the fans say no. Now, I mean, Jackson, literally, have they offered you an interview to come up there? I mean, they've offered everybody else an interview. Have they offered you an interview yet?
I mean, come on, really? Why would I even be a head coach of any college football?
Well, they're offering everybody else an interview.
Job.
Huh?
It's not an easy job.
No.
It requires a lot of hard work. You got to have success, and you got to recruit players.
Yes, you do.
It's not an easy job.
Those two things are the most important. You've got to win, and you've got to recruit. And I think they go hand in hand. Jack, then who is Tennessee going to hire? Who do you think? Listen, we're BlackJack Sports. We got an inside scoop on a lot of things. You're very knowledgeable. Who do you think Tennessee will hire?
Well, let's see. Last I hear, their candidates are. Last I hear that I'm hearing
NC State's head coach.
I'm hearing some names out there that I'm hearing: Mike Gundy and Jeff Goldman, who previously coached at Oklahoma State and Purdue, are the following candidates that I'm hearing on this list as of right now. So, if I'm Tennessee, even though you don't have a great athletic director led by John Curry, this program has got to find ways to win football games. They got to win in recruiting and win on both defense and offense, and try to win on the field, and even get better players, and especially to turn your program around. And they've got to find ways to do that. So far, Tennessee hasn't found a way to do that.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it's so hard for them to find a coach, Jack. I think they've had top recruiting classes in the last 3 or 4 years. If they can get a good coach in there, I'm confused on why it's so hard for them to find a head coach. They got plenty of money. We'll see what happens. Jack, what about the Alabama-Auburn game this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, how about it? I mean, the reason I want to explain why Alabama lost that game. Here's why. Alabama, their quarterback Jalen Hurts, 0 for 6 on third down conversions. You cannot do that if you win football games. Secondly,
Can you believe they lost?
secondly,
Can you believe they lost?
secondly, the line of scrimmage. Auburn played well in that game, and Alabama's defense just like outplayed them. And I think that's one reason why Alabama lost that game.
Jack, do you think Alabama's going to get in the Final Four with one loss?
They have a chance, but they're
What has to
outside
happen?
of the college football playoff committee right now. Now, to your question about what is really going to happen in the upcoming weeks, right now, I'm seeing Auburn at 2. Clemson sitting there at the top spot right now.
But Auburn's got 2 losses.
You got Oklahoma in there as well, and I don't know. Who's in the 4th spot? I think Wisconsin is at 3 and Oklahoma is at 4. And let's say if Wisconsin beats Ohio State,
Oh my gosh, no way.
Then you're going to have a big question mark on where Alabama goes from here.
They don't get in.
And
They don't get in.
And if TCU beats Oklahoma, a similar thing. So if Ohio State does, however, win, then Alabama could slightly get in the top 4. And if that happens, then we could definitely see a conversation for the community. Even though you have a SEC team in there already, I still think it's going to be a debate for the committee if that holds, if that result stands.
I think if TCU wins and they beat Oklahoma, or if Ohio State beats Wisconsin, which we all think they will, I think there's no question. I think Alabama's back in the top 4 in the playoffs.
So that's exactly what I said. And Wisconsin, who I think we're pulling for, because my dad's family went there, but I'm saying Wisconsin, which Ohio State's favored in that game, could likely make Alabama go back in the college football playoff if Oklahoma wins or Wisconsin wins. Now, if Ohio State wins, then Alabama could be back in the top 35 playoff because Alabama is rooting for Ohio State for them to get back in there. So, Wisconsin, if they win and if TCU wins, then Alabama could likely be outside of the top 4, and that's exactly what's going to look like if that result, if it's going to happen.
All right.
But who knows what might happen? Anything can happen, and I can tell you that's what I'm predicting, and that's what's going to happen and that's what's going to happen if it's like that. If the result is final, if that
Okay.
were the case.
Hey, let's move on. Jack, last minute, I want you to tell me 2 things. Who's going to win the ACC championship? Who's going to win the SEC championship this weekend?
So the ACC championship is Clemson against Miami. I am getting Clemson a slight chance to win that game.
Absolutely.
Because Miami does have some good players on offense, especially when they are recruiting. They do have chance to win games under Mark Richt, but
if the turnover chain comes out.
But I think it's going to be a close game. I think both teams have a slight advantage, but I'm getting Clemson the edge because they are slightly better on the ball than Miami is. And the SEC championship game, I am picking Auburn to win that game.
Wow.
In a 2-point game. I am picking them over Georgia by 2.
Not to be confused with Georgie. Jackson,
Yeah.
Auburn is red hot right now. They win the game. No doubt about it. They're red hot.
They have a great quarterback, and especially when they play their last 2 at home, especially the last meeting.
And
Making big plays and making completions and making great catches, especially controlling behind the line of scrimmage. That is one reason why Auburn wins football games.
no doubt about it. Jack, Clemson wins because they're playing a home field game. It's in Charlotte. It's 2 hours away from Clemson and 14 hours away from Miami. It's pretty much a home field game. All their fans will be there. That's a long way for Miami fans to travel. They win the game. They're a better team anyway. But let's see if the turnover chain comes out. That's the only thing that can help Miami at this point. we'll see what happens. Jack, great broadcasting with you. We'll talk later.
You got it, Blake. Take care.
See you, Jack.